So it's day 305, 305 days. Day 305, hey, what are you doing today? And I looked at my calendar a couple days ago and I saw, for some reason it jumped out at me. It said Ash Wednesday. And I don't even really know what that means. But it caught my eye. I remember it catching my eye. And I kind of remember when I was a kid, there were 2 days, and I don't know what they are or what the little bit of historical poignancy or biblical poignancy there is to them, but the two that I remember were Ash Wednesday and Palm Sunday. Ash Wednesday, we would go and they would put ashes, I believe, in the sign of the cross on our foreheads, and Palm Sunday we would go and we would get a palm leaf. And I don't know the significance of either one. At a very young age, I was kind of raised with them, but I don't know what that means. But anyway, so I look at the calendar and I see it says Ash Wednesday, and now it's Saturday, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I went home. Well, let me rephrase that. Anyway, last night I was reading something and I came across Lent. And I thought, well, I never really did anything for Lent. I'm kind of vaguely familiar with the idea of giving something up for a certain amount of time. I didn't know how long it was or what it really was, or what it was based upon or anything like that. And so, well, this time when Lent comes around, I'm gonna observe it, and look into it and try to discover a little bit more about it. Well, the funny thing is Lent started on Ash Wednesday. Well, come to find out. But anyway, the interesting insight to that was, now I've decided to actually to do something for Lent. And I know, looking into it, I know kind of the vagueness of it. Jesus, when he went out into the wilderness, fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and I guess in some regards that's where I heard it talked about once before, that's where he got his enlightenment, while he was in that wilderness. And I've also heard it talked about as a desert. And I'm not somebody that has ever read the Bible, although I've probably read the Bible more in the last month or maybe just 2 weeks than I have in my entire life. Actually, that's a fact. That's true. That's real. I've looked at the Bible here and there and opened it up. I think I mentioned it before, and it never made a bit of sense to me. And now all of a sudden it speaks to me. It's the most peculiar thing, and I don't have a reason or an answer for it. But all of a sudden now it's something that I really enjoy, and I really enjoy. It's not even a deciphering. I think before I had looked at it as a deciphering, and that's why it didn't make any sense. And now just to open it up and come across something, it's almost like it speaks directly to me. It's not a matter of figuring it out. But at any rate, Lent, I guess, was I had heard it revealed once before, or had heard it spoken about once, that those 40 days and 40 nights of fasting, that's when Jesus really discovered what or who. I don't know if either one of those really are the proper pronoun for it, but discovered the glory of God somewhere in those 40 days. Kind of an interesting concept. But so anyway, Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, somehow I knew I was going to give up a couple of things, and on Wednesday and Thursday I gave them up because I was trying to listen to something that's inside of me, and it was telling me not to do certain things. And I decided, oddly enough, on Friday, when I discovered it was Lent, that I would give up those things that were already kind of detrimental to me in some way, shape, or form. More so into my physical self, and I guess in some regards my spiritual self. decided not to have any beers or alcohol, which I don't drink that much, but and I decided not to have any chocolate. And as silly as that sounds, I think those two things will, by giving those two things up, I have this peculiar feeling that I'm gonna feel so cleansed at the end of this 40 days, so much clearer. I feel like my body's gonna finally take some incredible form, and I don't know why I feel that. A week or two ago, I was in this rut of almost just totally giving up on this whole journey, eating whatever I wanted, and running. I'd lost some interest in running, although I still maintained a little bit of a run. The other day, here's a kind of a funny thought that I should remark. I guess it was 3 days ago. I was running, and I decided I kind of wanted to quit, and I decided, well, as a way to use my body to honor God and to enjoy that force, that Holy Spirit, that goodness that I've been feeling, I decided that I would run one last song, run listening to one last song. Well, that song turned out to be 13 minutes long, so that was a pretty nice endeavor. So the higher spirit, the ether, the Tao, the thing that can't be named, God, pulled another 1.5 miles out of me on my run, so that was good. But I guess it just comes down to I'm really looking forward to Lent and sacrificing these things and seeing what a change. I mean, they're two very simple things, but really, I come home from work and a good amount of nutrition, and then I have 4 or 5 beers, or what good is that doing me on this? Maybe that's been the stumbling block all the way as far as crossing that threshold of breaking into the 180s. Maybe I couldn't do it for myself. Maybe if I let go and let the higher power take over, maybe I'll finally break that. And oddly enough, I have this sensation that it's already true. It already is. So it's Lent, day 305. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.